The delivery dates of Social Security benefit payments and $1,400 specifically focused on people receiving Social Security, including retirement disability benefits, SSDI, VA, survivors beneficiaries, people on RRB, retirement, people on low income and fixed income. I have got all the important details, everything you need to know right here in this video. So without a further ado, let's jump right into it. I've gathered all the important details from various resources, and recently we have been seeing new reports, news that are coming. This is the point where government must intervene to stop the downfall of the economy. Otherwise, economy will continue to drop. When economy enters a severe contraction or period of recession, Federal Reserve implements a strategy. All that stimulus money resulted in additional production of the goods and services, and it just not only stimulated a one portion of the economy, but it stimulated entire economy at once. So this is the role of the stimulus check. So guys, without a further ado, let me show you all the important details. Alright guys, now I do understand that money is the tight thing for many individuals and households, especially those with a low income and fixed income beneficiaries. And good news is currently Congress is working on various legislation and it's essential to keep eye on all the important announcement. Speaking of a potential stimulus check, what we need to consider who could be included in the next round of a stimulus check and what type of a stimulus check it could be when it comes down to the government, and why government would be actually issuing you the stimulus check payment. Most importantly, how much money will be injected into people's bank account, into economy as a whole, and how much money can you expect to receive it. These are some very important questions when it comes down to the stimulus check. And you know what, the sole purpose of this direct payments to reach this stimulus payment to the people, those who need it as quickly as possible, to in order to help those families to navigate the economic issues. And this is the sole purpose of stimulus check. They don't want you to invest this stimulus check. That's why they don't send out extra money. They will basically send out only the required amount of stimulus money to you, and their sole purpose is so that the families can navigate through the economic issues quickly. Now guys, whether they will send out $1,200, $1,400, or probably $2,000 stimulus check, you know what, they calculate your stimulus amount in such a way that you're only going to be receiving the needed amount of money, not any sort of extra money basically. So you know what, in the past few years, all those stimulus checks that we have received, you know what, those checks haven't been enough due to the inflation and the high prices of services and the goods. And the combination of these factors have made people's bank account getting reduced, even though you might be still receiving the stimulus check. So when it comes down to the eligibility in the event of another stimulus check, well guys, are you going to include it? Well then you must ask yourself a really important question. Are your income thresholds generally falling within the thresholds? And we are talking about income thresholds that fall within the range of $75,000 as individual or $150,000 as a married couple. How they calculate stimulus money basically falls something like this. Here is a simple calculation, the stimulus check amount. Now when it comes down to stimulus check, Federal Reserve is a very important economic aspect. They determine the amount of the stimulus check required to help out people so that people can recover from their financial conditions. Now once this amount is determined, the money is basically printed out and injected into the economy as a form of a stimulus check. Now it's very important to note that Federal Reserve do provide the stimulus money not out of their kindness, but they do understand the true meaning of sending out those stimulus checks. They do understand when money is given to the people into their hand, into their bank account in form of various rebates, stimulus checks, home assistance, energy assistance, these people will be going to spend this money in various sectors of the economy. Whether you go out and buy food, groceries, clothing, household stuff, healthcare related expenses, people will be going to spend the money right here into the economy no matter what. And this is the most effective way to revive the economy once again. To understand how stimulus check help out economy, people's bank account, people's financials, as well as businesses, let's check out what this exactly means for businesses when they do send out stimulus check. So let's imagine that you received your first stimulus check for $1,400. Now what you'll do with all that money? Well, when you receive that stimulus check, you will go out and spend right here into the economy, right here into the market, and this sudden increase into the consumer spending will result in a massive rush. People will rush to the stores like Walmart, Target, IKEA, Best Buy, Goodwill, Home Depot, and as a consequence, these businesses quickly run out of their stock stocks onto their product. And what that will do, in order to replenish their inventory, all these stores must contact their suppliers to order for more and more items. And basically, what manufacturers have to do, manufacturers will have to produce additional stuffs, additional goods. So basically, you see, all that stimulus check, stimulus money resulted in additional production of the goods and services, and it just not only stimulated a one portion of the economy, but it stimulated, let's see, businesses, all those large businesses. Also, they have stimulated growth of suppliers, and most importantly, manufacturers and producers have to produce additional goods. So you see the chain effect, how it stimulates the entire economy at once. So this is the role of the stimulus check. This chain effect is like a domino effect which keeps on going right here into the economy. The amount provided by the stimulus check is determined by severity of economic crisis. The severe the economic crisis is, the more amount the beneficiaries will be going to receive. When it comes down to when stimulus check will be hitting your bank accounts, your direct deposit, here is the thing guys, timing is very crucial in terms of stimulus check, when those stimulus checks will be issued right here into the economy. Because you know what, stimulus checks are designed to help stimulate the economy. That's the sole purpose of it, and therefore government takes the timing very seriously as to when to issue all these stimulus check. Because you know what, when they send out the stimulus check early, it's actually not beneficial for them, because you know what, stimulus check do cause inflation, and when you don't recognize that exact sweet spot, exact timing when to issue stimulus check, you cause too much inflation without any reason. Therefore, when the stimulus check will be issued into the economy, all it comes down to is economic numbers. And here is the thing, stimulus check will be issued when economy reaches to the point where you know what, government must intervene. For example, let's take this scenario in the 2010. This is the point where government must intervene to stop the downfall of the economy, otherwise economy will continue to drop out. But here is the thing, at this point when government intervenes, and you could definitely say this is the point where government intervention is must, it's necessary to help out the entire economy and get economy back on its track. So therefore, we need to watch various indicators such as inflationary data, the jobs numbers, and other economic numbers to determine the severity of the economic crisis and government's response to it. And here is the thing guys, speaking of the government's response, it's very important to recognize what's the government responses. Because you know what, even if we reach a particular point into the economic factors, even if the economy reaches to a certain point where we see clearly that we need a stimulus check, but if government don't see that people do need the stimulus check, then what we can do, basically it's the government, it's not you and me who are deciding that we need stimulus check, it's the government, it's the lawmakers, those have powers to pass the stimulus check. And see, government do see the economy in terms of indicators. So most important indicator is the jobs market. Jobs market is a very important indicator when it comes down to the economy. In the challenging time, predicting when the next round of stimulus check will be issued is kind of a difficult for us. However guys, we can take a look at these key indicators such as job markets to get a clear picture of economy's health. It's essential to closely monitor the job market as it indicates the overall state of the economy. With more businesses growing, new startups emerging, government sees as a economy flourishes. And you know what, if jobs are losing too much, unemployment rate is increasing, then government, Federal Reserve do step in and they help you through what known as quantitative easing. And with the current economic situation, which is not in the best shape as of right now, businesses contracting, many people are losing their jobs, unemployment rate increasing. To address this issue, Federal Reserve has been raising the interest rate aggressively. And recently we have been seeing new reports, news that are coming that jobs report is likely to support further Fed rate hikes. And this is where it gets very important to closely monitor the Federal Reserve's decisions. Because you know what, businesses contracting, job losses increasing, when these kind of scenarios will take in place, Federal Reserve will raise the interest rate to help control the situation. And when economy enters a severe contraction or period of recession, Federal Reserve implements a strategy called quantitative easing. To put this simply, it's basically stimulus check. Through quantitative easing, they send out significant amount of money into the economy. It's like sending out basically rebate stimulus check right here into the economic system, injecting tons and tons of cash to support the economy by increasing the inflation. That's the most important option for them in that period of recession, which is to raise the prices of goods and services. Ultimately, it helps maintain the employment levels. When it comes down to that, Federal Reserve strategy of printing money and sending that cash into economy is very clever process. Actually, they are not creating any additional money. Instead, they are just allocating bunch of numbers right over here into their currency system, and this method is carried out onto the large scale when economy is contracting. Federal Reserve releases billions and billions of dollars into businesses, unemployed, and into the general public through various stimulus check and other relief measures such as rebate checks, home energy relief, energy assistance, rebate assistance, and those kind of a program. Also guaranteed income program, UBI program. These are some of the measures that they take. Now you might be wondering when the next round of stimulus check will be issued. The simple answer to this question will depend on economic situation. If it resembles the exact condition that we have faced in the early 2020 or similar to those, it's highly likely that similar criteria will be used this time as well. As for the amount goes, stimulus check could be comparable to the previous round of a stimulus check, which was around $1,400. However, guys, the specific amount will be going to depend on the eligibility criteria and other important factors such as the availability of the funds and how much money do government wants to allocate to the stimulus check. So it's very crucial to closely monitor the government's announcement and get a clearer picture of the economic condition and their plans. In previous round of a stimulus check, approximately 85% of the population, which is around 280 million Americans, received assistance through stimulus check. If another round were to be approved, it's very likely, highly likely that fixed income beneficiaries, low income beneficiaries such as Social Security, SSI, ssdi, retirement, VA beneficiaries, and RRB beneficiaries, those will be included. I don't see any reason why those group of people will be excluded. As for the expected amount of the stimulus check, it's little bit more complicated, guys, because you know what, the stimulus check that we have seen in the history could be ranging all the way from couple of $100, so $300, $400, $600, $1,200, most popular figure $1,400, $1,600, $1,800, and $2,000. So depending on to the eligibility criteria, various other factors right here into the economy, we'll have to wait and see what gets approved, and the dynamics of the situation will be going to indicate the economic factors, and therefore we need to continue to monitor the likelihood of all those indicators, whether all these indicators are showing up that there is a high likelihood, high need of another round of stimulus check, and that's where we need to closely monitor. However, guys, it's very important to note that as of right now, no stimulus checks have been approved by government or Congress. The specific amount for the next stimulus check, whether it's 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800, or $2,000, or any value for that matter, is yet to be finalized. Once I receive any latest update, I will keep you up to date. Let me summarize the November 2023 payment schedule. On to the first of the month, all the supplemental security income SSI recipient will be going to receive their payments. So continue to check out 1st November, which happens to be landing on the first Wednesday of the month. Then talking about 3rd November, on 3rd of the November, all those group of beneficiaries who received their social security benefits before May 1997. Do check out 3rd of the November for your fixed income benefits to be deposited. Then talking about the next important date, 8th of the November, if your birth date lasts between 1st to 10th of the month, continue to check out 8th November 2023 for your fixed income benefits to be deposited. Then talking about the 15th of the November, so if your birth date falls between 11th to 20th of the month, continue to watch out 15th November 2023. Then talking about the 22nd of the November, that's when if your birth date lies between 21st to 31st of the month, you'll be going to receive your social security fixed income benefits to be deposited in your checks, mail, direct deposit, or bank accounts. And guys, with that being said, the November payment schedule is kind of a normal, notable payment, no unexpected deposit. Hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe, and this is Kedar from How to Guys. See you in the next video.